Hey, what's going on, folks? It's Jamie here. Thanks very much for joining me in today's video. I'm going to be running through a little system that I've been using for a little while now to basically get passive income for myself from my assets that I already own. So if you are the type of person that you're wanting to start building up some of your passive income assets online, bear in mind this is not going to be a fast path to financial freedom or anything of that nature. It's really just a way that you can supplement what you're doing now. I could probably ramp this up quite significantly from where it is now, from my own business. Doesn't really make a whole bunch of cash. Having said that, like I say, I don't monitor anything. I don't look at anything. I just I set it up originally, and it works. So there you go. Now, for those of you that are joining me, feel free to drop a hashtag live if you do happen to catch the live, and of course, if you are watching the replay, drop a hashtag replay. And of course, everyone watching on YouTube, thanks so much for joining me. Thank you for being here. And if this is the first time on the channel, welcome. How you doing? Feel free to drop a comment as well. And of course, if you get any value from learning about affiliate marketing, how to get started online and all that sort of stuff, feel free to subscribe and hit the bell notification to start the day with everything I'm putting out. Alrighty. Awesome stuff. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. Can't see who it is, unfortunately. Got the old thing, bloody system software thing that I'm using doesn't actually show who's on, but I do sincerely appreciate you being here. Smash that heart button if you wouldn't mind, folks. If you do happen to jump on via Facebook, just helps the message get a bit further out to the algorithm. So much appreciated. All right, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go through a couple of things, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing. Evelyn, great to see you. How are you? Look like you're kicking butt on the old Instas as well. Good on you. Yeah, so I'm going to share my screen, do some stuff. Oh, is that an implication that I'm a little bit monkeyish? This is how it shows up for me. So anyway, oh no, it's not a monkey face. It's that one. Yeah, okay, sorry. My bad. It's been a long day. Alrighty, here we go. Fred, how you doing, man? Good to see you. So this is what the back end of my screen looks like. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Thanks for having a look. Awesome. I love it. Appreciate it. Twan, how you doing, man? Good to see you. What do you, Twan? Isn't it like stupid o'clock where you are? Go to bed, man. What are you doing up at this hour? Crystal, how you doing? I feel like I got the whole family here. This is amazing. Thanks for joining me, guys. Appreciate it. Alrighty. So you'll have to forgive the name. I didn't know what else to call it, but what I'm calling this is the passive income super system. And basically, or taking the piss for short. So what this is for and who this is for is people that you don't mind the slow burn. This is not going to make you a wealthy person unless you spend eons of time building it up, and then even then, I'd be surprised if you made a ton of cash out of it eventually. But it is passive. It is something that sits there. Like I say, I don't do anything with this thing anymore. I just kind of leave it there, and it ticks away, and I get kind of cash for it every month. So there's a bit of work to put it up, and I'm going to cover that as well, so you guys know what to do. And it's also for people that don't want to put their name out there. So you can be like old what's his face off Harry Potter, he who shall remain nameless. If you want to be anonymous, this is a cool way to do it because you can get basically buying a domain. You can have it set up as private. You get the privacy settings so no one knows who owns it, and obviously it just sits on a hosting account, and that's basically all you need. So that would be if you don't want to go about building a brand, which I think is a bad move, to be honest. I think once you have a brand, there is no one that can compete with you. There is only one of you, as far as I'm aware, unless you're an identical twin or triplet or whatever else, right? So yeah, anyway, that's it. Right, what else we got? Here's what you're going to need. And I'm going to cover this, by the way, but there's a website called expireddomains.net. You're going to need to head to that. You're going to need to have hosting, and you're going to need to understand how to find your way around the hosting as well. Now, I'm not going to be able to cover that in this live today, just purely because it's quite complex. There's a lot of stuff in there, so you will need some knowledge of hosting. If you do want affiliate links to any of this stuff, let me know. I do have them. I'm happy to shoot them across if you get any value from this stuff as well. You need to have a basic understanding of WordPress. So how to install WordPress, how to kind of find your way around, post a couple of articles, and install a couple of plugins. That's basically it. It's not, you don't need to go to the nth degree with it. But anyway, you need to be able to write an article. And if you can't write an article, guess what? You can outsource it to iWriter.com. So, which is basically, if you ever want any content produced, by the way, iWriter.com, you can get like articles. You used to be able to get them for like $3 a pop. I think it's probably gone up since then. It's been a little while since I've had to use that, but and clearly it goes up depending on the quality of the article that you want written. But if you don't want to do it yourself for these types of things, it really doesn't matter. You can just go there and get something written up for like a couple of bucks off, or Fiverr, or like SEO clerks or whatever, right? So with all that out of the way, that was the extent of my exhaustive presentation. So I'm going to show you guys a couple of examples of what we're doing here. So I probably should have explained why this works and what it exactly is, but here's an example. This is one of my sites. It's just it's a crap site. It really is. You know, it's paleo thing. I think I wrote this one. I think I wrote this article. So don't you know, don't tease me too bad about my lack of writing skills there. But that's it. It's not exactly complex. It's just one page, and it's just got one article on it, right? And so what the idea with this is, by the way, is that the monetization comes from renting sites, renting links, link space on your domain. Okay, and the reason why people would pay you to rent link space on your domains is because they are trying to rank in Google. And so the way that you can rank, part of the ranking process, is to backlink. And so backlinking is the idea that another site is pointing towards your site, and basically that shows it's more popular, I guess, for lack of better terminology, and then Google favors that and pushes it higher up into the search results when people are searching. A very, very loose way of describing it, but that's kind of roughly what it's all about. And so when you've got a site or like a whole portfolio of sites, this is just one way that you can monetize it, as opposed to maybe using it to rank your own sites. Okay, so as you can see, the reason why I'm loitering over the bottom of this here is these are all people that are paying me on a monthly subscription. Cents, by the way. It's you're not going to make tons of cash out of it, like I say, but paying me cents, like sometimes up to 60 to 80 cents per month per link. So like I say, you're not going to make millions out of this, but what you can do is the process I'm going to show you guys. It's actually very, very cheap and very easy just to produce a site like this. And you can get multiple sites up per day, quite literally, if you're focused, of course. And then once you put it out there on this domain, the website I'm going to show you guys, people start buying links off you, and you can start kind of growing a bit of passive income that way, right? So little caveat as well is basically you run a risk of having your hosting account. They don't always like this stuff, right? Because what it means is that there's a vulnerability to the hosting, just because of the security factor. So just bear that in mind. I do this on a hosting account I really don't give a crap about at all. So that's my caveat. Approach with caution. So here's another one. I'll give you another example. This is a little bit flasher. Now, don't go to the site, by the way. It's your-internet marketing-articles.com, but don't go to it. And I'm not saying that to be funny. It's the security certificate expired, I think, about half a year ago. And so there's a big warning saying, oh, danger, Will Robinson, don't go to this site. Maybe not quite in that voice, but you get the idea. So anyway, this is a little bit fancier. And same thing again, literally, I just took a domain, I plugged a WordPress thing on it, template, I chucked a few articles up, and I thought I'd be a little bit fancier by making it look nicer. I thought maybe I would get more income from that, and that was actually the case. I'm averaging about $6 a month from this one, so passive income, right? Which is not bad. Now, I'm joking with that, right? But if you think about that over the course of, say, if you have 10 of these that are producing $6 a month, it's only $60. But then, over the course of a year, it's what, $720 per year. It's not bad, right? So it's just income for doing nothing. And I'm sure if I actually put some effort into it, I could probably ramp this up quite significantly. I just don't. That's not my focus right now. So anyway, that's all my silly caveats out of the way, right? What are we talking about here? So we're using a site. It's called maganet.com. Like I say, if you'd like an affiliate link for this, I can drop one in the comments below. And basically what you're doing is you're essentially putting a WordPress plugin. And so when people buy these links, it will automatically update for you in your hosting account. Sorry, in your Magnet account. And so that's the thing. That's as easy as it gets. You've got two options. You can either manually post the link yourself, and that gives you the right of refusal, things like that. I don't bother because I'm lazy. I do have a site that I do have a couple of links that I have to manually post on, which I don't do regularly enough. So I actually miss out on a bit of business because I'm lazy. It's not my focus, like I say. So anyway, you got these sites here. You got all these plugins. I've only got a few here at the moment. I think there's like 3 of them that aren't actually active, if I'm not mistaken. So anyway, that's all you do. You go to the site, you get the article plugin, you plug that into WordPress, and then after that, you're entitled to earn money off it. Right, nice and easy, nice and easy. So I've got a task here that's going to be worth 66 cents per month. Woo, breaking the bank. What's up? So if I go and post that on the domain, which I have to try and remember how to get onto, all that sort of stuff, then I'll get 66 cents per month. So like I say, you're not going to make millions, but it is passive income. If you have enough of these sites, you're going to do pretty well. Right, so the process is you go to expireddomains.net. Now, the reason why this is the place to go is because you can find out what some of the quality of the older sites. So to give you an idea, if we were searching for something related to, let's just say, affiliate marketing, I'll just say I'll use space and marketing. Cool. Okay, so what this does is it basically gives you all the domains that are expired. Now, there's a whole bunch of reasons why domains expire. It could be quite simply that people forget to pay their invoices for the hosting or the renewal. It could be that back in the day, webmasters was a very popular business option. And so what people would do is they would hold their website owners to ransom, and so in fact, there's a lot of horror stories from that. So they would control the website, but then they wouldn't give access to the actual website owner, and then there'd be all these legal things going back and forth, and eventually they just let the domain expire, and so then the poor website owner was stuck with no website because these people had kind of shafted them, for lack of better terminology. So it used to happen quite a lot. Thankfully, with the advent of modern technology, we don't have to deal with that so much anymore. So for example, I could go down and I could have a look at, say, any of these really. Affiliate-marketing.co was first registered in 2013. Now, these little things, you just hover over them, they will give you what they mean, like backlinks and reports and different things. And what do we got there? What's this one in green? Oh, it's expired. Okay. I think these ones, why are these ones up here? What do they mean? Yeah, status of the domain. So deleted versus expired, for example. So you're after the green ones, right? And it's this one says it's available. So that was registered 2002. So that's quite old. That is quite affiliate-marketing.com. There you go. And this is a cool thing. It's got 36. Where did I see that? 36 results. So it has 36 prior pages. Now, nothing's ranking in Alexa, so none of these are really that great. Here we go. Affiliate-marketing.com.au. This is 2004. Looks awesome. And the other thing that you can look at is some of these offer the number of backlinks that they've got going to them. So in this one, it's got related domains. So there's 160 related domains to this particular one, or 150, I should say, down there. Right. So that's all that. So you find something that you're interested in that's expired, and it'll obviously say the availability. You've got all this secondary information here, like all the stuff. You can click on these, like what did it used to look back in the day. In fact, here's another little nifty trick: is if you don't want to write your own content, you can actually go back to the Wayback Machine, and you can have a look at what a site used to look like. You can take that information and then plonk it on your hosting. Now, I would discourage you from doing that. Only because I've been on the other side of it, and an expired domain ended up turning into an adult site, which was not very fun, because then the ad copy and all that cool stuff was now representative of this other business, which was really, really horrible experience. So don't do that, but you can if you like it's a crappy site and it doesn't really mean anything. Anyway. Hopefully that'll make sense. So there's a whole bunch of tools there, and quite literally you just go through to GoDaddy or whatever your registrar is. And of course, these are all affiliate links to those registrars. And you buy the domain, and then you plonk it on your hosting, and then you plonk a WordPress thing on it, and then you chuck the little plugin into it, so it can automatically update those on that site, and that's it. You got a PayPal email address, and then once a month you get a royalty basically for having that out there. So that's it. Nice and easy. How simple was that? So that's it. Cool, right? Better than 50 cents. It is, man. Better than 50 cents. I'm saving up for a beer. It's like $15 for a beer in Australia. So not that I'm allowed out at the moment, but whatever. 3 a.m. Man, go to sleep, dude. So I have a plethora of these like random little things that I have out all over the internet, mainly because I've been doing this for eons, right? So yeah, except mine is piss. Well, I crack me up at least anyway. Any questions in relation to that, folks? A little bit shorter than I normally ramble on for. Yeah, it seems it is quite simple. It probably feels complex because there is a few moving parts to it, but yeah, it is simple. The other thing I should have mentioned as well is that ideally what you want is to go after the domains that have, I guess, a lot of cred. If they've got a lot of backlinks to them, and they've got, I guess, a lot of history, if they're older domains, like maybe 5-10 years or whatever, then that's going to boost your chances of being able to rank as well. And you can also check out things like Ahrefs, Ahrefs.com. It's a paid site. There's a free option available. You can also go to Alexa to a lesser degree. And what else we got? Can't think what else we've got there. No, losing it. Anyway, so those give you a couple of options. The other thing you can monetize off the back of that as well is you can flip domains. So you can go to that site, you can find domains that you think are still valuable. You can go get them appraised. There's actually an appraisal tool via GoDaddy as to what they might be worth, and then you can put them on the appraisal tool, get the official certificate of what could potentially be worth, and then you can put them on either GoDaddy auctions or Flipper and just flip the domain itself, or you can go to the effort of putting a site on it and then basically go forward and sell that as like a going concern with a full site and everything on it as well. So that's another way. Flipping's a really cool one. Yeah, backlinks. I that's why I don't do SEO stuff. A link backlink. Oh, so yeah, link. You can get a link back. So that would be if you have reached out to a site and you have like a mutual referencing point. So I'm going to link to you, you link to me, let's be friends type thing. Yeah, but a backlink, same thing. It's like the popularity of a site. There's a whole bunch of things. There's what they call on-site and off-site SEO. So on-site is the actual website itself. That's what you can control in terms of the information and the as far as keywords go in the header tags. There is also the meta, which I think is the same thing, actually, if I'm not mistaken. It's the page load speed. It is the quality of the content on that page. It is the relevance of that entire domain. There's all sorts of factors. There's many, I think 200 and something factors that are on page SEO. Even things like titles, like the boldness of your titles, all that sort of stuff. SEO, search engine optimization. And so that's one part of it. And then offsite, that is the things that you do external from your domain. Okay, so that would be things like getting other sites to rank to send a link into your site. So a link could be, hey, check out blah blah blah, check out the site, and you can do it for different keywords or the root domain. I realize I'm just probably talking in circles and not making much sense, but you kind of get the idea, right? Tech jargon. Sorry, folks. I don't know it well enough to explain, because if I did, then it wouldn't come out as tech jargon. It would be very simple to understand. So that's a sign of why I don't do it. But I know those two terms. I know on-site and off-site. And I know enough to get myself into trouble. That's about it. Well, interestingly, my first experience of this was actually in the 90s. So there you go. I did get experience with ranking a site back in the 90s. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Any other questions, folks? I know I haven't gone into the minutiae of how you actually set all this stuff up. It was more meant to be a theory-based thing of how it's all done. So driving big traffic. So traffic's not usually the issue. That's the thing. Most of the time, traffic is not the issue. Most of the time, it is a conversion issue because traffic's not really that hard to get. Right here, I've got traffic. You could argue that there's 7 people watching this right now. 8 just jumped on. That's traffic. That's not hard to get. I just did a live and people jumped on to watch it, right? So the problem is most people don't know how to convert that traffic. So they don't know how to take someone through a pathway of becoming a lead. Like they go from completely cold audience to a lead to maybe interested in their stuff to getting out their card or the PayPal and buying some stuff and then upselling. Most people don't know that process, and so they assume that it's a traffic issue. Like I say, I don't think traffic's super hard to get. In terms of big traffic, I mean that's define big traffic. Like the other thing, what I will say is if you're leaning into paid. If you are aiming at paid traffic and your funnel isn't optimized first, then it's like throwing petrol on a fire and wondering why it's not going out because you're basically putting good money after bad doing that in that way. Paid or unpaid? So unpaid, I recommend honestly just doing Facebook organic. I think that's one of the best ways. But I mean, you don't have to do that. You can go to Instagram. TikTok's obviously blowing up at the moment. LinkedIn still has great traffic. Like anything really, just stick with one. Don't jump around to too many different things. Just stick with one and basically make that happen. YouTube is another one. I mean, it's a huge, endless almost area to getting traffic. Best site for building your own site. Yeah, so free stuff, Elementor from WordPress. That's awesome. I use Thrive Themes for WordPress. That's awesome. You can also use Builderall. I also use that, which I like parts of it. And ClickFunnels as well. It really doesn't matter. Like that's I don't think there is a best, in my opinion. You can make arguments for all of them, in fairness, but it's not needed. Like a site isn't needed. I mean, this was just a way to give you guys another kind of passive income thing if you're interested. But you don't need to. Stay focused on whatever you're doing. All right, this is just information for you guys to help you out. What's the best way to convert? Can you elaborate on that? As in through organic, through paid? Wix is fine. Yeah, Wix, Weebly. What else have they got? WordPress. All the W's. They're all cool. Yeah, I mean, Wix is super easy to set up a site. I've played around with it before as well. It is yeah, pretty basic to set something up, and I think it's pretty good quality from what I've seen as well. Converting organic. Well, interestingly, I do have something that's going to help you out with that if you're interested. Just head to salesprognosticator.com and there's a masterclass that's going to help you out massively with that. It's kind of like it's a how long's a piece of string type question, right? Because there's so many factors that go into it. It comes back to your content. It goes back to, I guess, how you're framing yourself, the way that you're polarizing your audience and your content, the way that you are structuring your pitches. Like if you're just coming out and just going, hey, how's it going? Buy my thing because it's awesome and I'm awesome and you'll be awesome if you buy the thing. Probably won't make that many sales doing that. You try it, give it a shot. I could be wrong. I'm open to being wrong as well. But basically, I mean, look, organic is just being, in my opinion, it's just being authentic with people. And you're going to run into marketers and people that are just going to sell you stuff, and vice versa. And look, I'm no different. I'm in a marketer myself, right? So I'm trying to sell stuff when I'm online and messaging people and things like that. But at the same time, also authentic. Like, I know I'm not going to sell everyone. I would rather, I don't sell someone if it's not in their best interests. So if you're authentic, people will remember that. So that would be my thing. But like I say, go to salesprognosticator.com. It's my training. I put it together. It's awesome. Hopefully that helps. All right, folks, I'm going to bounce in a moment. Any last requests? Just in relation to that question, though, what I might do is do some more lives on the conversion process, if that helps, because I think I can help you out with that. Or check them out. I've got I think I've actually put quite a few of them, starting with sales psychology, talking through the conversion process, the sales process, things like that as well. All right, easy stuff. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. I really appreciate it. For anyone that's tuned in, dropped a comment. I really, really do appreciate that. If you got any value out of this, folks on YouTube, feel free to hit the subscribe button, and see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Cheers.